Hi, I'm Madeline James, and I am technically future Maddie of the past Maddie you're about to... I'm editing Maddie. I realized I never filmed an introduction for this vlog. Instead of just throwing you into it and having you have no idea what's going on whatsoever, I thought I'd just film one real quick. So basically I have some vlogs. So I am going to take you through the first week and a half of really getting into the first set of developmental revisions for my blood magic project. And this is the same set of revisions from the revision guide that I put together. I think I already posted that video at this point, which is my first draft revision guide video, which I'll post somewhere and below. I don't know. If you want to check out how I came up with my revision plan that I'm going through. But yeah, so I'm just gonna let you tag along, and here we go. My chunk of time that was supposed to be an hour and a half has already been interrupted 3 times by small children not wanting to nap. Which is the continuing problem of not really being able to get into this. It's just so hard when you're trying to figure out how you want to rework things, to just be constantly interrupted. It's not easy, being completely honest. I really struggle with it.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And
It is 8 o'clock. Both of the kids are in bed for who knows how long. And I'm gonna try and get some stuff done now. I wanna post another part of my blog, the world building guide. I think I'm ready to do the precipitation and temperature one, which is, I don't know. That post has been a lot more complicated than all the other ones, and I haven't posted one in a while just because I'm not really in a world building place right now, so my mind is kind of on other topics. But I want to get that out, share it on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and then I want to get back into revisions again because I was really, starting to feel like maybe I was getting into it, so let's see.
jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes, even if I'm far.
Okay, so that's done. It's a little after 8:30 and all the children are still asleep, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna open back up Scrivener and get started on revisions again. And actually, I started making some progress, but I've been thinking about why I'm having so much trouble starting these, because I feel like it's more than just getting back in the flow of things, if that makes sense. The changes that I need to make to the beginning of these chapters are kind of significant. I have 4 POVs, and one of them is, she's the youngest, I think she's about like 17, and her kind of part of the story, other than kind of revealing things that are going on, is she has a kind of character growth arc where she kind of has to come to terms with her destiny and what she needs to do for the betterment of, the world. So she kind of has to learn that the world is worth her sacrifice, worth her time and effort. And she doesn't really start out believing that. And she just, I don't know, she doesn't come across as very likable right now in my first draft. So I really need to go through and add a scene to the beginning that shows her in a lighter context and makes her likable. Which is kind of hard. So that's what I'm working on with her. And then I'm basically doing something similar to my one male POV, where he kind of comes across as a whiny little bitch. So I need to kind of show a few more sides of him, make him a little bit more dynamic and interesting so that when he grows, it is a little bit more impactful. Because like his later scenes are really good, but the beginning few are like, not great. So let's see how far I can get before a child wakes up.
Oh no, buddy, it's raining outside.
Hello. So, yes, I am going to be writing tonight. And yes, the other night, the kids did stay asleep until like 11 o'clock. So I got so much done. I'll chat about that more later, but this came in the mail today and I haven't gotten to open it because we had to do dinner and put the kids to bed, but it's 8 o'clock. The kids are asleep and I'm really excited to open this. I follow Brandon Sanderson on YouTube and they posted that they had extra books from their special like leather-bound Kickstarter campaign for, I think it's the Way of Kings, the first book in that series. And they had some extra that they were selling, and I mentioned it to my husband. And I was expecting him to be like, ha ha ha, you know, that's ridiculously expensive, we don't need that. But he was like, oh, that would be really cool to have. And I was like, I've already ordered it. So I'm very excited. They're, holy crap. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. This is a chunky boy. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Alright. These should be signed. Wow. Okay. What? Look at these. Speak again the ancient oaths. Using these scissors near this book is making me very nervous. If you hadn't noticed in previous videos or on my Instagram, my husband, and now myself too, I guess, have a little bit of a leather-bound book collection. And it's only favorites, and not very many of them are my favorites yet, because most of them my husband acquired himself. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. It's beautiful. Like, can you see that? Oh. Okay. Wow. This is so cool. I love the map. Oh, like look at that. It's freaking amazing. Oh, and this is blue. There's actual colors in here. Wow. Holy crap. Just like look at this. Look at that. It's so cool. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine like actually reading this version of it and just like, oh, like this is just freaking amazing. Like, I can't even imagine like as a writer having one of my books like turned into this. Like, can you imagine having one of your books like leather bound like this, like the foiling, the yeah, so I'm gonna let my husband look at these now. He was really excited to open them, and I wouldn't let him because I wanted to do an unboxing. But I can let him come see them now, and it's just after 8. I can actually get some revisions done, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so it is almost 10 o'clock at this point. What has even happened? I mean, I had to put the baby back to bed again. I got some random projects done. I uploaded a video for Thursday that'll be coming out. So now hopefully I can get a little bit of revision done. I mentioned this earlier, but I did manage to get a decent bit of time the other night. So I actually finished Kari's first chapter, which so much better. I had my husband read it because he was my alpha reader. And so he kind of agreed that I really fixed the problems. I kind of set it up a lot better. I made her a lot more likable in her first chapter. I made it so that I tied in some of the threads of other things that were going on, both in her scenes and some of the other characters later on through the book. So I'm pretty proud of it. But yeah, so now I'm going to be working on Andreas's, he's the Imperial Prince. He's the only male POV I have, and I've definitely struggled with him a little bit. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but I tended to make him a little bit too whiny. Here we go. Days later, it is Thursday. I'm really not feeling up to revising tonight, but I'm gonna try to do a little bit anyway and see if I get in a flow. I don't know, it's been a really busy few days. My daughter's been doing even worse with sleeping the last couple nights, so I don't know, she actually is part of the way through cutting her tooth right now, so it's probably going to be another really rough night. So it's just like, I feel like what I want to do is just be cozy and cuddle and rest and like read a book. And if I can write a little bit, it's only 8:12. I don't need to go to bed for another 2 hours. I'll probably spend a lot of that with at least one of my kids, but I don't know. Hopefully there's time for both. We'll see. But before I start revising, I do have some really fun news that I found out this morning. So it is October 28th, and today the results for the 3rd challenge of the New York City Midnight Flash Fiction competition came out, and I ranked 4th in my group of 30, which means combined, this was for challenge 2. Yeah, so the results from challenge 2, I got 4th. And then in challenge 1, I got 5th. So between those two, I ranked in the top 5 of my group, and I get to go on to challenge 3, which will be this weekend. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a vlog about that. Who knows? But that'll start Saturday morning, I think. I'll get that, and I'll have the whole weekend to write that. And they're just 1,000-word short stories or flash fiction. And I have no idea what genre it'll be or what it'll be about. I just kind of go with the flow. But I'm really proud of that. The first challenge was fantasy, which obviously was kind of easy for me. But the second one was comedy, which is so far from anything I've ever written that it was kind of laughable, but I got 4th place. And my feedback was really good. Most of the commenting and stuff was on things like, it would have been nice to expand on this and do a little bit more showing and not telling with this. But like, you kind of have to pick and choose with, when you only have 1,000 words. If you flesh out everything, but everything else was really good. They liked the voice, they liked the characters, they liked the plot, they thought it was funny and entertaining, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm really proud of myself, and I'm excited for the 3rd challenge, and my expectations of making it to the 4th challenge are not super high, but I don't know. I'm really excited about it, and it's it's very validating as a writer, because when you write novels, it takes a really long time to get any sort of substantial feedback on a project, but I don't know. It's been really cool. Each of these flash fiction pieces, you get like 5 or 6 different, I think it's 5 or 6. It's a good number of comments from people that read them, and it's just like, I don't know. It feels good. It feels good. And they don't hold punches, so if they say something's good, they mean it. And yeah, so, well, now that I talked about that and am feeling a little bit better about all of that, I'm feeling a little bit more excited to get started, so let's write. I am very tired right now. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of November, and I haven't done any work at all on my revisions since Friday. But I have sort of good reasons for that. I didn't remember this, but this past weekend was actually when Challenge 3 for the New York City Midnight Flash Fiction Challenge number 3, was live. And I placed well enough in the first 2 that I actually got to do that. So that was really cool. I had to write a horror flash fiction with a bumblebee in a matinee. So that was really cool. So I spent all weekend writing that and revising that and getting that submitted. And then last night was just awful. Mom life. The children were not feeling magnanimous, so I spent most of the evening trying to deal with getting them to sleep, and then I just hit a breaking point where I was just so over it. Like, just month after month of just spending hours every single night trying to, like, convince the kids to go to bed. Like, it's a lot. And she hasn't slept through the night since she was 2 months old, and she's been reverse cycling more and more, so like it's gone from her having like 15 ounces a day while we're at work to only eating 5 ounces a day while we're at work, because she's just eating all night long. So we decided to start sleep training last night, so I'm very tired right now, but I'm gonna get some revisions done. I'm gonna do it, so let's go. So it is, let's see, Thursday, November 4th, 8 p.m. I feel like that's basically when all of these start, and this is sped up. It's fine. I have not gotten as much done as I really hoped I would. It's been kind of a crazy week. It's been a lot of sleep training my daughter, who is taking to it a lot better than I expected her to, a lot better than my son did when we sleep trained him. She likes the Ferber, I don't know. But I'm actually getting some time in the evenings now after she goes to bed, because it's just been like, you know, I try and we alternate, and maybe like we get 30 minutes in the evening, but it's only because the other person is watching, you know, the baby, trying to get her to bed, and it's just, it's kind of hard to get much done when you know your partner is dealing with an incredibly angry baby and is like miserable and waiting for you to take back over, basically. So it's hard for either of us to get anything done. But she is sleep training. She is pretty sleep trained at this point. we're mostly through that. I don't know. I probably could have gotten a lot done yesterday. I didn't really do anything because I was just kind of like, this is my first night in a long time to really just do whatever. And so I kind of relaxed. I read a little, I took a bubble bath, I hung out with my husband, and it was a good evening. But now I'm ready to get some stuff done, and I want to get all my revisions done for the first handful of chapters where I'm rewriting the beginning, because that's the hardest part. And once I get through that, where I'm doing basically rewrites, I think I can get, you know, into the flow of things a lot more. And I think that's where this vlog is going to end. So hopefully tonight will be the last night of the vlog. But we'll see. So let's get some stuff done.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Alright, so that is chapter 4 done. After this chapter I am back to Bryn's, and let me see here. I'm pretty sure at this point all the major rewrites are done. It's just going to be some minor changes. I think I do have a few additional scenes that I want to add. I don't really have anything in my revision guide right now for removing scenes that I can think of, but there's a lot of little stuff to do. Let's see. Yeah, just like some additional setting description for the next chapter. Adding another conversation in chapter 6. Chapter 7, I need to add a little bit more plot to one of my side characters. A couple quick mentions just to tie stuff in that I bring in later. Most of the rest of the chapters are like this, where they're going to be relatively small. And I'm going to try really, really, really hard not to hyper-focus on a ton of little things and just focus on what I need to get done. So I think it's going to start moving quicker here from, you know, here on out. I made this little dev edits tracker because those have helped me a lot in the past. I don't know why, but they do, and I just stick them on my board and then I remember to edit them. But if I do a chapter every day, I'm giving myself like 1 day a week where I can, you know, need an extra day or, you know, have a day off or something. You know, if it's like Thanksgiving or my kids are miserable or something, I should get done before Christmas. Yeah, well, I hope everyone's having a good nano, because we're well into that at this point. And if you like this vlog, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how your nano's going, how whatever writing project you're working on is going in the comments below, and we can chat about it. See you next time.